Laos on Thursday receives 415,000 doses of the AstraZeneca Covid-19 vaccine provided by the British government. Deputy Prime Minister Prof. Dr. Kikeo Khaykhamphithoune said the Government of the Lao PDR highly values the support of the AstraZeneca vaccines to the Lao PDR today, which contributes to the continued effort of the government and the people of the United Kingdom in assisting the government and Lao people in prevention and control of the COVID-19 pandemic in the country. Official handover ceremony of the AstraZeneca Covid-19 vaccine provided by the British government was held on Thursday morning in Vientiane capital, attended by Ambassador of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland to the Lao PDR, John Pearson, Minister of Health Dr. Bunfeng Pumalaisit, Representative of UNICEF to the Lao PDR, Pia Ribella Brito and Dr. Govt, Officer in charge of WHO to the Lao PDR. In his remark, Deputy Prime Minister Prof. Dr. Kikeo Khaykhamphithoune said Laos previously received vaccine support from the United Kingdom through COVAX facility earlier in March this year, which was the first shipment of AstraZeneca Covid-19 vaccine. This cooperation and assistance is a clear indication of the good and growing cooperation between our two countries, the Lao PDR and the United Kingdom. Professor Dr. Kikeo Khaykhamphithoune said, adding he is confident that the arrival of AstraZeneca Covid-19 vaccines to the Lao people today will contribute and accelerate the government's efforts to reach the 50% of our population vaccination target by the end of this year. Thus, we plan to distribute the received vaccines to immunize priority groups in the country who are at greater risk of exposure to the disease and ensure to maximize its benefit and its effectiveness accordingly. On behalf of the government and the Lao people, Professor Dr. Kikeo Khaykhamphithoune expressed his gratitude and appreciation to the government and the people of the United Kingdom for this valuable support, and I hope that we will continue to receive further kind support in the future. United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland is one of the major providers of COVID-19 vaccines for developing countries in the world, with concur other supporters in COVAX facility program under the co-leading cooperation of Gavi. This initiative is indeed important to ensure for equitable access of COVID-19 vaccines, particularly the least developed countries, including the Lao PDR.
So I think vaccinations are the most important thing. We're donating 415,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine today, which is the largest contribution we've been able to make, and we're very pleased we've been able to do that with such support from the Lao government. But we're also a big contributor to COVAX, which is the international mechanism that later today will have provided about 1.8 million doses of vaccines to Laos. So vaccines are very important for us. But as well as that, we do actually have a project with the Asian Development Bank, which we fund. It's worth about $1 million a year, and that is helping Laos to respond to the challenges of COVID, and that includes improving the infrastructure around distribution. It also includes providing training. So we are doing a number of things in this area. So the UK has got a commitment of, as you say, providing 100 million doses in the next year. We've been quite lucky here in Laos. We've got the first shipment of that, the first part of the first 9 million doses that have been provided. So we will be seeing what other vaccines we can provide in the future. We certainly have got plans to provide vaccines. Most of those will be through through COVAX. We will obviously be doing what we can to ensure that Southeast Asia and Laos is properly covered.
The first consignment of the 415,000 doses of the AstraZeneca Covid-19 vaccine provided to Laos by the United Kingdom or UK government arrived in Vientiane on Monday to bolster efforts to contain the coronavirus outbreak.